All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about the terms and maturity of bonds. Let's get right into it. So let's say that you borrow money to the US government, but when can you expect to get your money back? So the contract of the bond will say how long they want to borrow money for, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, or longer, whatever it is. So they would pay you interest, let's say, every 6 months for 10 years. So they pay you interest every 6 months for 10 years. If it's a 10-year bond, for 10 years. If it's a 5-year bond, they'll pay you every 6 months for 5 years. So take that. And so at the end of the 10 years, you get your full $1,000 back that you loaned to them. So if they borrowed money from you at, say, a 5% interest rate, also known as a coupon rate, then they had to pay you 5% interest every 6 months for 10 years. And then at the end of the 10 years, called the maturity date, they would pay you back your $1,000 principal. So how much money would you make if you did that? Get our little calculator here, and let's say that we buy a US government bond that pays 5% interest rate for $1,000, and it's for 10 years. So they pay you interest twice a year for 10 years. So how much total interest would you earn on this bond? So let's do the math. So we got 1,000 multiplied by 0.05. That's the decimal version of 5%. And so we get $50 per year for 10 years. We multiply that by 10. That's $500. So how much interest would they pay you every 6 months? Remember, they pay you $50 per year in interest, but they pay you every 6 months. So you'll take that $50. So let's do that. Take that $50 per year, and we'll divide it by 2 because they pay us every 6 months. So you'll get $25 every 6 months for the next 10 years. And that'll add up to $500. So how much would you end up with at the end of the 10-year period? So at the end of the 10 years, you're going to get your $1,000 principal back, right? And along the way, you made $25 every 6 months for 10 years. So that added up to $500. So at the end, you'll have made $500 and gotten your principal back. So that would equal to $1,500 at the end of 10 years. So you turned a $1,000 investment into $1,500. So you made $500 profit on that. So that's a nice, quick, short video about terms and maturity of bonds. Remember that bonds are going to pay you twice a year. That's the interest. And then they have the terms are going to be how long are they issuing the bond for. So is this a 1-year bond? You'll get paid twice. Is this a 5-year bond? You get paid twice for 5 years. So just keep that in mind. And join me in the next one because we're going to talk about the bond ratings. So we're going to talk about all the ratings of the bonds, the rating agencies, and all that stuff. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.